Baba Shuaib, the correctional officer, born in Accra, Ghana, a Quranic researcher and a critical thinker based on religion, who does online lectures based on the guidance of the Quran on platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok since 2018. In Finland, and 13 years, QBE, in Classical Arabic and MSA in Quranic Arabic. The author of the Refer to the Quran, which helps every novice to understand the steps towards understanding the Great Quran and the guidance of God in it.
Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Peace be upon you all. Yeah, thank you for coming. Kindly share so other people can join. Kindly share so other people can join. I'm streaming live via Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Let me see. Is it any lecture here? Yeah, let me make sure the stream is going on well without any lecture. Okay, so let me share. Yeah, for those on my WhatsApp group, you can actually share it to the other people so that they can join. Let me see. Thank you all for coming. Kindly share before we start. Yeah, let me see. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm streaming live from Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok at the same time. Yeah. Yeah. I'm seeing some lecture here. Lecture, I don't know if it's on my side or I hope this is not having any issues. Kindly let me know if there is a lecture. I don't know if it has to do with StreamYard issue or why is it happening like that. So kindly let me know if there's any, if you see my video freezing from those watching on YouTube and Facebook. Kindly let me know if it is freezing. Then I can check whether it has to do with the internet, right? Let me confirm if it is the internet. It says the internet is okay. Yeah. So it could be, the issue could be with, yeah, this is enough speed. The issue could be with StreamYard. Okay. So thank you all for coming. This is Baba Shribe, aka the correctional officer. Yeah. Zulfikar says do on Instagram. Yeah. I would love to start on Instagram. However, I have below 1,000 viewers. With Instagram, I'm hoping the viewers there will get up to 1,000, right? Then I can start doing on Instagram at the same time, simultaneously. So at the moment, I want to stick to TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube because that is where I can be streaming live at the same time, right? But if StreamYard gives me the option to put Instagram, yes, I can put Instagram. Then it can all be streaming at the same time, right? So that is why I've not been on Instagram streaming live. So thank you all for coming. I appreciate your support and your presence. Thank you all for coming. Let me see some shout outs to all those who are joining. I see Abdul Abbas, I see Musa Seidu, Moz Mahe, Dangana, Mohammed Ashari, Tariq Ayub, Abdul Samad, Fatima Chin, Dragonfly, Kaisar, Yo bro, I see you. Isa Watson, yeah, brother Isa Watson, I see you. Ibu, Ibu, hey, Salis Jimmy, I see you. Salam. Salis Jimmy. Yes, Mawia, Naganka, salam. I see you, Mawia. Yes, Sister Benish, yes, I see you. Rini, Azizi, yes, I see you all. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate that. Thank you for being present. And for those on TikTok, I see you, Zulfikar Zu, I see you. Then I see, who do we have? We have Lamin B. Sonko. We have Ghana Shade Room, I see you. Thank you all for joining, and kindly share to all those whom you think it will be beneficial for them to join. So kindly share so they can join. I see you, Old Baki. I see you. Hello. Then who is this? Wild Glide. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. So today's stream. Okay. Yeah. Zura Hollow. No problem. I'll check it out. Yeah. Yeah. I've studied your comment. I'll check it out if that allowed, right? Yes, I see you, Abdul Samad, Isaka. I see you, Balogun Olayika, Baba Seidunagan Salam. Thank you all for coming. So far, we have about 46 people to 50 people watching, streaming live from Facebook, YouTube, and we have on TikTok. Amin Naganka Salam. Yes, and then we have Bronzite Olawesin. Yeah, God bless you too. Okay, thank you all. So we can start today's program. At the ending part, I'll be giving chance for the question and answers. Even though I have about 3 questions I will have to answer later on. But at the moment, I'm going to be tackling Khalid Yassin. There's a video about Khalid Yassin. I think 2 videos, short videos I'll be playing. And then I'll be tackling Mohammed Hijab and this guy, Ali Dawah. However, the reason why I'm tackling Khalid Yassin is because somebody brought my attention and said, hey, brother, I see you doing videos on a lot of scholars. I just want to see what you have to say on Khalid Yassin. For those who know me very well, right? If you know me very well personally, there is no scholar in this world. You will give me his video just for 5 minutes and I cannot pinpoint the lies he speak or the things he twist from the words of God. There is no scholar. I repeat, there is no scholar in this world whom you will give me his video and I'll just watch his video for 5 minutes and I cannot pinpoint the lies he's speaking or saying from the video. I'm very, very good at that, right? So I've been doing that many years before I started even jumping online, right? I come in online to tackle scholars' videos. So when you bring a scholar as a topic of discussion for me, I have a different way of listening, discerning. I try to scrutinize the points the person makes, and then I try to examine the sources of their information. This is how to catch the lies of somebody, right? When a person is lying, always examine their speech and always check their source of information. This is how you can detect their lies always, right? So there's nothing like any scholar in this world having the knowledge embedded in his head alone. No, he has a source of information. Unless he will just appear to us and say, oh, an angel spoke to me and told me I should tell you this. Yeah. But even with that, we will see contradictions, right? Obviously, Zulfikar, what you are saying is true, and a lot of people now can notice their lies clearly, right? But what I'm saying is, from a standing point of view, if you give me any scholar and I watch their videos just for 5 minutes, I can pinpoint, right? Salam, Kai. Yes, I see you. Tujis. Naganka Kai. Dingo Nizachi. Salam. Salam to you. And Ender Yilmaz, I see you. Salam. However, I'm about to end with the salams, then I can move on to the topic, right? So my main point is there you can understand why the name correctional officer, right? Because I'm like the lie detector for the religion, especially for Islam. So when I see the lies, going like a zigzag, I have to step in, right? So I'm more like the nightmare for the mushriks. So they have nothing to say. They say, "Oh, this guy is rude. This guy is insulting." Somebody will say, "Oh, I like this guy, but I don't like the insult." What? Who is insulting who? If somebody asks foolish, can't I say he's foolish? Can't I say he's a fool? Okay, I give an example. If somebody goes to steal regularly, he always steal, right? Somebody who goes to steal always. What is the name of that person? Is he not a thief? Huh? And somebody who goes to rape always, he rapes ladies or people. What is the name of the person? Is it not a rapist? So, okay, somebody says the TikTok is also skipping. All right, so there's a problem. I think for those on YouTube, Facebook, please kindly let me know if it is also skipping, right? I don't know what is wrong today, but it seems there's something wrong with the network. Okay, I think YouTube is okay. Yeah, salam, Alicia Mlachira. You're welcome. Salam to you. Salam, the boss, Amadu. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, Balogun says anticipating for scrutinizing of recent Zach Naik visit to Nigeria. Don't worry, I will deal with that. Ibu says, I wish you knew French or those scholars in Senegal spoke English. Maybe time for me to step up. Yeah. Actually, I don't have strength in French, or I only know basics in French. So I'm not at the level where I can speak French to be able to speak about delicate issues. So I only know basics, right? Like comment ça va, comment t'appelles tu, je m'appelle this, je viens de Ghana, je suis Ghanaian. Those things I can say, but not to the extent that to break things down, right? I can't. Yes. Bronzite says a lot of Muslims are caught in the web of sectarianism, from birth, indoctrination, and brainwash with books of hadith. But your videos are waking up a lot of Muslims who believe you can't practice Islam without hadith. Yes. I agree with you, Bronzite. Thank you very much, Tijani. Salam, Sister Diana Neobrona. Okay. However, yes, brother. All back, yes, YouTube is better. So be on YouTube is better. Okay, so let's move on with the topic. So this is my way. I invite to Allah by perception. I and whoever follows me, and glory be to Allah, for I am not among the mushriks. This is my way. I invite to Allah by perception, right? I and whoever follows me, and glory be to Allah, for I am not among the idolaters, which are the mushriks. They are the sectarians. You know them as usual, right? So I seek refuge with Allah against the accursed devil. So let's tackle our first, pray. Our first pray. I thought I was done with the scholars when I dealt with Zakir Naik, so that I can now move on with other issues. But then somebody brought the attention that I should tackle Khalid Yassin. He want to see, because I told him any scholar you bring to me, I can pinpoint their mishaps. It's not mishaps per se, but I can say they are confusions. I can pinpoint to you easily without any conflict of interest. So let's check what I have on the table. So I'm going to tackle Khalid Yassin and his video on, let me put the video here. I'll put the video, try to put the video here, and let's see what happens. So I go to the scholars and I put this video here. Let's see. Just a minute. I think I can put the video somewhere here.
At the same token,
yeah, so then I can share. So for those on TikTok, you can only hear when I'm playing the video, but you cannot see, right? But you can hear when I play the video. So kindly listen what Khalid Yassin, what he has to say. Just pay attention.
I find a problem with someone manufacturing lies and fabrications and dramatizations and mythologies with Jesus Christ, especially when Jesus Christ himself had nothing to do with the evidence that they use. Now let's keep it on point, because that's the issue. There's no tug of war here. There's no issue here of arguing, trying to cast aspersion upon Jesus or Christianity. Because Jesus, for us, was a Muslim.
Okay, so that is up to minutes, seconds, 40 seconds, right? This is Khalid Yassin, right? For those who know him, right? An American, I think, now based in Australia or so. So this is Khalid Yassin, right? You heard the first statement he made. I'm going to replay the statements and we are going to assess the statement he made, right? Okay. So I take the video back up to minutes, seconds, 40 seconds. So let's hear what he has to say. I'll be pausing the video subsequently, then I'll be addressing the points he was making.
At the same token, I find a problem with someone manufacturing lies and fabrications.
So he says, at the same token, I find problems with somebody manufacturing lies and fabrications. So he finds problem with that. Somebody manufacturing lies and fabrications. This statement, it sounds familiar, right? Where we can find lies and fabrications. It sounds familiar, right? Okay, so let's go forward.
And dramatizations.
And then dramatizations. So you find lies, you find fabrications, and then you find dramatizations, right? In Ghana, we will say brofu. This is brofu. He's speaking brofu.
And mythologies.
And then mythologies, right? Mythologies, right? So we have lies, fabrications, dramatizations, and mythologies, right? This is Khalid Yassin. He has a problem with such things. He has a problem with lies, fabrications, dramatizations, and mythologies, right? Okay, let's go.
With Jesus Christ.
With Jesus Christ. So all these lies, fabrications, and then dramatizations, and then mythologies has to do with Jesus Christ. He has a problem with that when people are doing all these things around the story of Jesus.
Especially when Jesus Christ himself had nothing to do with the evidence that they used.
Especially when Jesus himself has nothing to do with the evidences that they use. Especially. Listen carefully. So let's take Prophet Jesus out of the equation and put Prophet Mohammed there. So especially when Prophet Muhammad has nothing to do with the lies, fabrications, dramatizations, mythologies, the evidences which they use. That it sounds familiar, right? Just take Jesus out of the equation and put Prophet Muhammad there. Does it sound familiar? It's similar, right? Okay, so let's put Jesus back to the equation. Listen to him.
Now let's keep it on point because that's the issue.
So let's keep it on point because that is the issue. Let's keep it on point, right? It's important. Okay.
There's no tug of war here.
There is no tug of war here. So there's no two ways about it. There is no tug of war. So let's listen carefully. The same way he is talking about Jesus, we are going to reciprocate and then align it with Prophet Muhammad and see if logic accepts what the claim Yasin, Khalid Yassin is saying.
There's no issue here of arguing, trying to cast aspersion.
So there's no issue here about trying to argue or trying to cast an aspersion. Listen.
Upon Jesus or Christianity.
On Jesus or Christianity. So there's no issue. There's no tug of war. There is no issue about trying to cast something on Christianity or Jesus, right? Oh, so same. Let's take Jesus out of the equation. And let's take Christianity out of the equation. So let's put Prophet Muhammad there and we put Islam there. So there is no tug of war. You understand? As to think we are trying to cast something on Prophet Muhammad or cast something on Muslims, right? Or Islam, right? Okay.
Because Jesus, for us, was a Muslim.
Same goes to Prophet Muhammad. So let's put Prophet Muhammad there. Prophet Muhammad for us was a Muslim. He was not a Sunni. He was not Shia. He was not Tijaniya. He was not Ahmadiyya, Qadiriyya, Sufiya, Salafiyya, Wahhabiyya, Ahmadiyya. Prophet Muhammad was none of the above. Just as Jesus was not a Christian, was not a Jew. We understand, was not a Sunni, was not a Shia. He was a Muslim, which is an Arabic word. When you Romanize it, it's Muslim. Bring it back to English, it means submitter. Jesus was only doing the will of God. Yes, Jesus didn't come to do his own will. He was only on earth to do the will of God. Understand that. That is what makes Jesus a Muslim, submitter to God. We are Muslims to God. So now, this is what Khalid Yassin said. If you examine what he said critically, I'm taking it back and repeat it once again so that it can make sense to you, right? Then I try to pinpoint to you how the sectarians are confused. I'm serious. Sectarians, anybody who belongs to a sector is confused, either physically or spiritually. Every sectarian. I'm not joking with your brains, right? So pay attention carefully. Every sectarian is confused, whether physically or spiritually. Okay, so
at the same token, I find a problem with someone manufacturing lies and fabrications and dramatizations and mythologies.
So here Khalid Yassin has a problem with somebody formulating what? Fabrications, lies, dramatizations, mythologies with who?
With Jesus Christ.
With Jesus Christ. In the same scenario, Baba Shuaib, the correctional officer, I have problems, or I find problems with somebody who attributes lies, fabrications, dramatizations, and then what? Mythologies with what? With Prophet Muhammad. Same scenario, I have a problem. But he doesn't see that. This same man believes that Prophet Muhammad married a 6-year-old girl. He accepts that, right? And this same man upholds a book which contradicts the Quran. And he accepts that book over the Quran, which means he accepts lies and fabrications and dramatizations and mythologies over the Quran. And I'm going to prove to you. I'll show you the evidence why I'm putting this man on the screen.
Especially when Jesus Christ himself had nothing to do with the evidence that they used.
Especially when Prophet Muhammad himself has nothing to do with the evidences that you are using in Islam. Does he know Imam Bukhari? Does he know the books of Sahih Bukhari? Has he seen them with his eyes? Did he give you the authority to use it? No. Does he know Sahih Muslim? They are Persians. Remember, Imam Muslim and Imam Bukhari, they are not Arabs even. They never met the Prophet even. They are Persians. And so the evidences you are using from these fabrications, does the prophet know about it? Does it have to do with the prophet? Or you are just fooling yourselves? And when I just use such a word, you say that I'm insulting you. You are the biggest fool ever, I'll tell you. Because God says in Quran chapter 2, verse 130, وَمَنْ يَرْغَبُ عَنْ مِلَّةِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ إِلَّا مَنْ سَفِهَ نَفْسَهُ. Who will desire other than the creed of Abraham, if not one who fools himself? If you're fooling yourself, what do you become? A fool.
Now let's keep it on point because that's the issue.
So let's keep it on point because that's the issue. Just as we are going to keep it on point about Jesus, let's keep it on point about Prophet Muhammad.
There's no tug of war here.
There's no tug of war here.
There's no issue here of arguing, trying to cast aspersion upon Jesus or Christianity.
You heard him right.
Because Jesus, for us, was a Muslim.
Same goes with Prophet Muhammad. As Jesus was a Muslim, Prophet Muhammad was a Muslim. Quran chapter 27, verse 91. Prophet Muhammad himself said, "Wa umirtu an akuna min al-Muslimin," that I have been commanded to be of the Muslims. So Prophet Muhammad was a Muslim, right? A submitter to God alone. He was not a Shia or Sunni or Tijaniya. You are the ones fooling yourself with all the garbages you have formulated, right? If you are man enough, face Baba Shuaib and prove to me where God says, or Muhammad told you to be a Salafiyah, a Sunni, a Shia. If not, you are fooling yourselves. Then I don't know where you got these ideologies from, right? Okay, you are proudly telling the Christians Jesus is not a Christian. You are proudly telling the Christians Jesus was a Muslim. Why don't you proudly tell the Muslims again that Muhammad was not a Sunni? He was not a Shia. He was not Tijaniya. Why can't you accept that? Now, that is Khalid Yassin. Now, there's a reason why I brought this short video, and I'm going to play the next video about him. Yeah, thank you very much, Arisekola. Love you too. There's a reason why I play this video. So I'm going to play his next video to show you why I put him on the screen, just to analyze an issue concerning these people, right? Now, if you are always quick to see other people's problems without actually addressing your problem first, then there's a problem. Then there's a big problem. Like the other day, somebody told me that they went to the hospital, right, to see a doctor. And the issue they went to the doctor for was about smoking. And guess what? The doctor said, that same doctor said he has to go for break. And he went out smoking. I'm serious. Look, the person went to see a doctor. And he went to see the doctor concerning smoking. Right? Concerning smoking. Now, he has problem with smoking. Now, this person has a problem with smoking, went to see a doctor because of the smoking. Now, immediately the doctor was done with this person. The doctor was going for break. He saw the doctor again smoking. Why will you not practice what you preach? So if you are telling somebody smoking is bad, and then you, the doctor, you are smoking, then what is wrong with you? What is wrong with your conscience? Are you okay? Are you normal? Or you are just abnormal? And then this is the scenario when you tell such a doctor you are abnormal, he get angry. Oh, you are mean. You are insulting me. Why wouldn't I tell you to your face who you are? Now, the next video concerning these mushriks, I'm going to pinpoint to you how they elevate the fabrications, the lies, the dramatization, the mythologies over the words of God. They rather venerate those books which the prophet has nothing to do with it, and these are alleged allegations alleged at the prophet, and they lie about the prophet, and then they try to act as if they are the ones who are the righteous ones. So now, Quran chapter 2, verse 44. This is the caution we have from God. And let me share the screen, then we see what God says, right? Yeah. Quran chapter 2, verse 44. God says, are you commanding the people to righteousness while forgetting yourselves? Right? While forgetting yourselves, and you recite the book, will you then not reason? Will you then not reason? Are you commanding the people to righteousness while forgetting yourselves, and you recite the book? Will you then not reason? So if you are rather telling people to be righteous, will you leave yourself out of the equation? Wouldn't you first set the example for people to follow? You are telling people, you are going around telling people, oh, sleeping early is good for your health. And then people will see you sitting up late. How can you be talking about things you don't practice yourself? Does it make sense? You understand? So God is saying in Quran chapter 2, verse 44, Atamuruna nasa bil birri wa tansawuna anfusakum wa antum tatuluna al-kitab afala takilun. So God says, are you commanding the people to righteousness while forgetting yourselves, and you recite the book? Will you then not reason? So if Khalid Yassin is quickly pointing to the Christians their issues concerning fabrications, concerning the evidences they are using that Prophet Muhammad, Jesus was not aware of. The question is, was Prophet Muhammad also aware of the evidences you, the Muslims of modern day, are using? Why can't you equate that same logic and see the confusion? And that is why I say sectarians are confused. So now let me show you why I said they are confused. I'm going to play the video. Then you know why I said sectarians are confused, right? So you get to understand from the next video. So now listen carefully. I'm going to share the video. And listen to Khalid Yassin so that you know how sectarians are confused. Now this is Khalid Yassin on the screen. Now listen carefully.
Our Prophet Muhammad told us that there will be no children in paradise.
Now, this is my problem with the so-called modern day scholars. And this is where the foolish, ignorant ones will be listening to such people without evidence, without cross-checking, without cross-examination, and then they think these scholars are telling them the truth. They never bother to investigate whether these people are lying to them or not. You see this video, he is talking, he didn't give you the source of evidence. He has to lie with the name of the prophet. And this is how a lot of people in religions are dumb and foolish. Somebody will say, I'm insulting. Yes, you are a dumb person and foolish if you are offended, because a wise person will not be offended. I'm serious. A wise person knows he's not part of those I'm talking about. Right? You get my point. Now, a foolish and a dumb person will just venerate this kind of people and think they are the top scholars and they are telling you the truth and they are leading you to Jannah. Hello, think twice. These people are leading you, giving you the your ticket to hell. I'm serious. And I'm going to pinpoint to you why I'm saying this. Now, listen carefully what Khalid Yassin said.
Our Prophet Muhammad told us that there will be no children in paradise.
Where did he say that? If you ask him right now, this is coming from the garbage books. And when I say garbage books, if you have been my audience for this while, you should know what garbage book mean, right? He is quoting from the garbage books. This is not Quranic statement. You don't find this garbage statement from the Quran. He is telling you there are not going to be any children in paradise. He said the prophet said, and that is a liar. And this same person is having issues with Christians quoting books which has nothing to do with Jesus. He has problems with that. He calls it lies. He calls it fabrications. He calls it dramatization. He calls it mythology. He calls it evidences which is not supported by Jesus himself. Whilst forgetting that he being a Muslim, a mainstream Muslim, a sectarian Muslim, forgetting that what he is also upholding is not backed up by the Prophet. The Prophet never approved the garbage books they are using. But let's cross-check this guy.
But wait a minute, and that's because all the children, whether they die, whether they're killed, whether they starve by disease, on the day of judgment, no children will be judged because children in Islam are considered innocent.
Children in Islam are considered innocent. And these people, when they say in Islam, do they have the clue where Islam is found? Because Islam is in the book of God, which is the Quran. Islam is not found in your garbage books. Islam can only be found in the books of God. If you go to Quran chapter 2 verse 286, God says, Amana ar-rasulu bima unzila ilayhi min rabbihi wal mu'minun kullun amana billahi wa malaikatihi wa kutubihi wa rusulihi la nufarriqu bayna ahadin min rusul. You see? Now, the books of God, only the books of God tells you about Islam, not other books. Only the books of God tells you about Islam, not other books. Do you understand me? Only the books of God can tell you about Islam, not other books. Because the other books are liars. They are not the inventors of Islam. Islam is from God. Quran chapter 3 verse 19. Inna dina indallahi al-Islam. And then he has given you a book by telling you in that book, chapter 5 verse 3, Al-yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakum al-Islam dina. So he has completed the deen and approved it as Islam for you. Right? So the book he gave you, inside that book is what you find Islam. You don't find Islam outside the book of God. Right? So now listen what this guy is saying. He is saying in Islam, there will be no children in paradise. And that is a lie. And I'm going to give you a verse on the screen. And you see that he is lying. He said the prophet said. So he is trying to tell us the prophet is a liar. This man you see on the screen is trying to tell you that your prophet is a liar. Yeah, that's what he's telling you. Okay, let's continue.
So in paradise, the Prophet ﷺ told us that all the inhabitants of paradise will be 33 years old.
Now he's lying again by saying that the prophets told them that all the inhabitants of paradise will be 33 years of age. So meaning both men and women, children, everybody. So there will be no children in paradise. This is what Khalid Yassin is saying. I'm going to expose him big time and in a simple way. And to show you that these mushriks, they don't follow the book of God. They are only stuck up with their garbage books. I'm going to prove to you.
And they will never get any older.
They will never get any older. That's what he said. So everybody will be 33 years old. So no children. Okay.
So if this 6-year-old child wants to know what paradise will be like, we think that if God Almighty causes you to grow in faith, but in case you don't get to grow, if you don't get to become an older or an adult person, when you get to paradise, you also will be 33 years old.
Okay. You see? So, but in order to detect the confusion in the understanding of Khalid Yassin, before he made the final statement, he says, we think. Listen, he says, we think. He used the word think. So here, not even a proof. He's going to use his assumption to give an answer. So listen. Listen what he said.
We think that
if God Almighty causes you to grow in faith,
but in case you don't
get to grow,
if you don't get to
become an older
or an adult person,
or an adult person,
When you get to paradise,
when you get to paradise,
you also will be 33.
You also will be 33 years old. So meaning if you are a baby, you die, you go to paradise, you are 33. Whichever person you are, whether old, whether young, according to Khalid Yassin, there are no children in paradise. Listen carefully. Do you hear what he said? There are no children in paradise. And remember, in the paradise, when you go to paradise, you become an immortal. Put that in your mind. You are immortal. You are not going to die in paradise. Remember that. You are not going to die in paradise. Immortal. So Khalid Yassin said you'll be 33 years old. So no children. So let's go to the Quran and see these bozos, how they are liars, but you don't cross-check to examine their lies. Baba Shoaib, correctional officer, is going to help you. Now I'm taking you to the screen to give you the verses to expose these bozos for you, to show you how they've been lying to you for years, but you don't pay attention. So if I take you to Quran chapter 76, verse 19, right? Chapter 76, verse 19. Now, if you read these verses into context, it is talking about paradise. Let me put it on the screen. If you put the verses I put on the screen into context, it is talking about paradise, right? Let's say if you start from, let's say, chapter 76, verse 11, right? So then it says, so God will protect them from the evil of that day and will offer them freshness and happiness. And he will reward them with a garden. With what? With garden, right? For those on TikTok, you cannot see my screen. It is only those on Facebook and YouTube who can see the screen. So for those on TikTok, if you rewatch the program, the playback on YouTube or Facebook, then you can see the screen, right? So that's why I'm reading so that you can hear. So verse 12, and he will reward them with a Jannah, that is a garden, and silk for what they endured. They will be resting on couches therein. There were in the garden, in Jannah. They will neither see the sun therein nor severe cold. So you have a moderate weather there, a cool weather. There's no cold, there's no hot weather, right? Its shelter will cover them, and its branches, its bunches will subdue in surmounting, right? And being circulated with vessels of silver around them, and drinking glasses becoming flasks. So they will have drinking glasses, and these drinking glasses can become a flask, right? Flasks of silver, which can be measured by estimation. So this flask of silver, we have estimations, just like some of the cups or flasks we have today. You will see estimations like measurements. Number 17, and they will drink from a cup therein whose mixture is of ginger, zanjabil. So they will have a mixture of ginger drink, right? As a spring therein called nectar. Then verse 19, and immortal children will circulate around them. Listen carefully. And immortal children will circulate around them. When you see them, you will consider them as scattered pearls. Now, the verse, chapter 76, verse 19, is telling you and I that there will be immortal children in the paradise. Because God says the moment you enter paradise, you are not going to taste death again. You are not dying again. And God says, since you become immortal, you have immortal children in the paradise. Now, this is God speaking. And this is the verse here on the screen. وَيَتُوفُ عَلَيْهِمْ وِلْدَانٌ مُخَلَّدُونَ. And immortal children will circulate around them, or will be around them. When you see them, you will consider them as scattered pearls. This is God speaking. Khalid Yassin is telling you that the prophet said there will be no children in paradise. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, These scholars, these bozo scholars, Akwai magana, they know Toli, Papa. This so-called scholars, they know Toli. Hey, Toli, Zulakati. Hey! Hey! So Khalid Yasin, God is telling us that in paradise we will have immortal children. Because on earth we are scared. We have children. Sometimes you are scared. You think your child can go on the streets and the car will hit your child. You think your child can get sick. We love children because they are like children are like an adornment. God had used the children to adorn our lives for us. Just as men love women, they love their children as well. So sometimes our children become rivals with our wives because the wives thinks that most of the time your wife, they think you are giving the children more attention than what you give them. Women by nature, they need attention. So now we, the ones who have kids, when you give much attention to your kids, it gets to a point that women, you understand, they become jealous. It's not as if they hate their kids, that no. They become jealous because their attention has been divided. Do you get my point? So God has decided that on the day of judgment in paradise, he will now give you immortal kids around you. At that place, there is no stress where you think, oh, how am I going to share my time with my spouse? No. There's no stress. You have immortal children where you can enjoy the beauty of seeing children play around you. Do you know how amazing it is when you have children in the house and they are next to you playing? Or when you are playing with kids, do you know how amazing it feels like? So God says on the day of judgment in paradise, you have immortal children because there is no stress about thinking the child is going to die. No, the child is going to be sick. No sickness, no death. But Khalid Yassin is standing there attributing lies, fabrications to your prophet and saying the prophet said there will be no children and it's going to be, everybody is going to be 33 years. Hey, who born these scholars by mistake? Listen what he said.
Our Prophet Mohammed told us that there will be no children in paradise.
Well, at least it's not the prophet of the Quran who told you that. It is the prophet of your garbage books who told you there will be no children in paradise. Bozos. Liars. Yes, Abdul Karim, salam. Abu Thomas, salam. Peace be upon you. Ruin Azizi says, how is it written? Toli. Toli means you write Tooli. Toli. Then you write Papa. Toli. Papa. There's too much lies, right? These scholars, they are too much lies. And I told you, correctional officer is here. Your scholars, Allah, you see fire. Hey, these mushriks and their lies. And the foolishness of these mushriks is, most of them, when they watch me, they would rather think I'm against Islam. What foolishly, blindly, naively venerating these scholars without examining what these scholars are telling them. And then they would think somebody like me is rather the enemy. You see how foolish they are. And damn, I'll not stop telling you that unless you stop being foolish. Seriously. Quran chapter 25 verse 44. Do you think that most of them listen or reason? And God says they are just like livestock. I'm serious. Most people, especially in religions, they are just like animals, livestock. A scholar will just say, yeah, mashallah, we'll do this. You see, this guy is typing on TikTok, Yasir Mohammed. He says, Sahih book after Quran is Bukhari. And this is the foolish mushriks I'm telling you about. These people. They venerate books which tell you to stone somebody and kill them. They will tell you those books are Sahih. Out of your foolishness, If I sit with you one-on-one, cross-checking your own book, that is when you start saying, oh, our scholar says this one is not sahih. Our scholar says this one is da'if. Our scholar says, no, this one it has been abrogated. Our scholars, out of your foolishness, don't open your brains and study and hold your scholars accountable. And you see how God would deal with you with that foolishness. Mushriks. Now, let's go to Mohammed Hijab, another comedian. Mohammed Hijab. Those based in UK, you tell him the day Baba Shoaib comes to UK, I'll hold him one-on-one, inshallah. Mohammed Hijab, I would love to meet him in UK when I come there. So if you're watching, if you are his fan, please kindly let him know that Baba Shoaib will be coming to UK. Inshallah, I'll meet him up. Right? So let's go to Mohammed Hijab, right? And then let's examine some of their foolishness again. So let's go to, I'm going to play a video of Mohammed Hijab. Now that video for me is like comedy. It's very, very, yes, Bronzite. Bronzite Ola was saying, yeah, it's true. It is really derogatory recognizing another book for guidance aside the Quran. Exactly, because it's an insult to the Quran when these people tell us after the Quran, it's like saying after Lionel Messi, this guy is. What are you trying to say? Okay. So. And not only the verse I quoted concerning children in paradise, there is also chapter 56, verse 17. Immortal children will circulate around them, right? You find a lot of verses talk about that, right? But Khalid Yassin is saying the prophet said, oh, there will not be only children in paradise. Out of their foolishness, they will not examine the book of God. When the garbage book says something, they uphold it. When the Quran says, they put it aside. Then they will tell you out of their hypocrisy, the book after the Quran, that is Sahih, is our garbage books. What? Look at the foolishness of somebody also writing to me. How can you compare Islam with Messi? Are you okay in the head? So now you don't know what is called example anymore. Is that how dumb and foolish sectarianism can make you now? You don't understand examples. Can you if you can hear me on Facebook, YouTube, kindly let me know. Yeah, I think StreamYard is having a problem. The problem was from StreamYard, right? So I'm back now. Hopefully this stays, right? Inshallah. So yeah, hopefully it stays. Okay. So let's move on. I wanted to play a video from this guy, Mohammed Hijab, right? So I'll play the video. Let me find a video here. Yeah, it has to do with this video. Yeah. So then I'll share the screen. Yeah. So those on TikTok, kindly share so other people can join. I'm going to play the video. Kindly listen. It's about 4 minutes video. And I want you to examine something carefully. It has to do with Mohammed Hijab and Ali Dawah, for those based in the UK, right? So for those watching, if you know these guys, kindly pay attention. I'm going to show you some problems from what they are saying, right? Okay.
Feminist sisters who love their sisters, who will die for their sisters, will take a bullet for their sisters, but will not share their husbands for their sisters.
You can lie to your spouse. You can lie to your spouse.
But can they lie in the context of, for example, if one says, I sense that you've got a second wife, can he say, no, I don't?
Yes, you can. You can say that.
You can say that.
Yes, I personally believe this is the Prophet said you can do it.
White lies?
It doesn't have to be white. It can be black lie. If someone does this and they get caught, for example, or something happens, or
or she just asks him, where were you last night?
Yeah, but even that, you can lie. The man can do it. It's up to the man. No woman can take that right away from the man.
Okay.
aside from Islam, I think my integrity, my dignity, my, who I am as a person, I would think it's so disrespectful for my husband to go and marry somebody else secretly. That to me is cheating,
Okay.
even if it is Islamically correct.
This idea of aside Islam, we're Muslims. There is no aside Islam in this discussion, but I'm speaking to a Muslim.
Mhm.
So there is no aside Islam here. The true religion, which I'm now expected as a Muslim man to follow, is not the religion of Islam, it's the religion of women's feelings. I'm not going to do this. So I'm saying now we go back to the book and the Sunnah.
What exactly is a secret marriage? It is not made public. It's not publicized.
So the point is this, let me be real, yeah? If you got a good husband, he comes and he says, I want a second wife, all hell breaks loose. And then we blame this man. Yeah, but why keeping it secret? What else should he do?
And so they perform the marriage in somebody's house and there are 2 witnesses present and nobody knows about this.
When the Prophet, he kept a secret from some of his wives. Some scholars, I'm not going to go into detail, but some scholars actually connect this with an incident with Maria the Copte. Lying is not allowed except for 3 things. One of them is hadith al-rajul limra'ati, that when a man speaks to his wife.
And I take my selfish needs out of it, i.e. me wanting him all to myself. I need to understand them. So I need to sit down and I need to really think about how this is going to affect him.
But this is a test to see how Allah is testing her, to see how she responds.
Yeah.
If that's, if she decides to do the opposite, which is, throw the divorce card or throw this card, then ultimately she's falling into the act of disobedience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is, with all due respect, I'm like your father, huh? If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. If you are not a man enough to get married to a second woman, don't even dream about it, because your first will come in your dreams and give you hell. This is a well-known fact. They have the power to get into your dreams.
Islamically, there is no problem in a man getting married to another woman in Islam without the first wife's knowledge. There's actually, I've not seen one solitary difference of opinion in any of the 14 generations of Islam. It's not there.
Which is?
Any scholar saying that no, a woman needs to know, she needs to tell her, doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's it.
We're talking about the religion of Islam.
That none of you guys are okay with your husbands getting a second wife. Can I just quickly get that out of the way? Sister Swad.
Absolutely not.
You're not okay with it? Yeah. Listen, sister.
It's a no from me. And if
Okay.
you have anything to say it now.
You're finished.
Yeah.
Sister Amira?
Yeah, no.
No? Sister Tyra?
And I won't be happy with it.
Sisters are under the impression that there is a man out there that is not polygamous. Because you guys are monogamous by nature, meaning you just want your husband and you're happy with your husband. We are not created like that.
And then he's got the financial thing where he can reduce, if she's being bad, he can take money away from her. This can be seen in this country as abuse. So if she has evidence of that and she's got the state backing, if he tries to impose his masculinity or his Islamic abilities on her, then she can respond in a malicious manner. Which is why I would say that if a woman shows her claws in that way, this is an option of secret, second, whatever you want to call it.
Ladies and gentlemen, seriously, what is wrong with these mainstream sectarians who are confused in Islam? This is the guys you think they are representing Islam in reality, for real? These guys, because they have the numbers, the following, Ali Dawah, Mohammed Hijab, Khalid Yassin, Mufti Menk, Zakir Naik, because they have large numbers of sheeps following them, or I would say sheep following them. So you think they are guided? Do you think they are scholars of Islam? Seriously, they are clowns. I'm not kidding you. I'm serious. The evidence is there on my YouTube for you to see. They are clowns. I'm going to repeat the video. Then you scrutinize something. Check carefully. I'm going to repeat the video. Now listen to the video again.
Feminist sisters who love their sisters, who will die for their sisters, will take a bullet for their sisters, but will not share their husbands for their sisters.
Look at the stupid statement he made. There are many sisters who died for their sisters, who fight for their sisters, who take a bullet for their sisters, but they are not willing to share their husbands with their sisters. Is this guy okay? No, serious. Is he okay? Is he talking about friends or is he talking about sisters? Because as far as Islam is concerned, a man cannot marry two sisters at the same time. So why share her husband with a sister? Shit. Why? Like why? I can't think far. Seriously. What kind of statement is that? Now listen to him again. Listen.
Feminist sisters who love their sisters, who will die for their sisters, will take a bullet for their sisters, but will not share their husbands for their sisters.
What? Many sisters who love their sisters, who die for their sisters, who take a bullet for their sisters, but they are not willing to share their husbands with their sisters. And then you, Ali Dawah, you are upset with that? Are you okay in the head? Or are you a pervert? Seriously? Don't you know the Quran forbids even a man marrying two sisters at the same time? So why will a wife, if she has a sister, so she should share her husband with a sister? This guy is a clown. I'm serious. Look, I'm saying stop wasting your time fighting against the Quran and saying you are going to bend the Quran. These people don't follow the Quran. They don't practice the Quran. They only read it like, for singing. They don't practice Quran. Do you know the books they follow? The garbage books. Go and bend those books instead. Instead of wasting your time saying you are going to bend the Quran, why bend a book when people don't study? Why? Leave it on the shelf. Leave it in the library. Don't bend such books. Go for the garbage books, which is giving them this ideologies, this pedophilia, these perversions, this stupid clown type of ideologies. These are the books you should ban. And you waste your time going to ban the Quran. So what I see on the news, on the videos, when I see countries trying to say they are banning the Quran, I'm thinking in my head, what is wrong with this country? Why are you banning the Quran and leaving hadith books? Seriously, why? Let's go. So somebody says, Sadiq Abubakar says, he says, I think he means sisters in Islam, not biological sisters. Now, regardless if it is biological or not biological, the point he is making is, of course, maybe you are correcting his statement. It could be that's what he means, right? I'm just putting the statement in a context to make it, to see it both ways, how it works. Based on the video I'm going to play, if Sadiq Abubakar, what you are saying, you want me to base that logic, let's assume I agree with him, right? Let's assume I agree. So he wants other sisters, like in Islam, to share their husbands with other people. But according to this video, the context of the video, it says secretly. They are saying you should marry a lady secretly without your current wife knowing. So assuming if you want to actually marry another friend of your wife, and then you go to marry her secretly without your first wife knowing, of bozos you have in Islam claiming these are the forefront of Islam. Seriously. Okay, let's listen to the video.
You can lie to your spouse.
So Mohammed Hijab says you can lie to your spouse. Let's check the meaning of lie. So Baba Shuaib, I've never been to school, so let's start afresh. So let me see the meaning of lie, because I don't, according to Mohammed Hijab, it seems we don't know the meaning of lie, right? So let's go and understand the meaning of lie. So he says we can lie to our spouses. Mohammed Hijab says you can lie to your spouse. So let's find out the meaning of lie. You know, I'm finding it difficult to chew this statement Mohammed Hijab made. So let's see what is the meaning of a lie, right? I'm putting it on the screen. Let's see here. Now, Mohammed Hijab says you can lie in Islam, right? He says you can lie in Islam and you can lie to your spouse. He says you can lie. And he's trying to base it under Islam. Listen carefully, under Islam. So what is a lie? A lie is a statement that deviates from or perverts the truth. A lie is a statement that deviates from or perverts the truth. That is a lie. Mohammed Hijab says you can lie in Islam and you can lie to your spouse. According to who? We are going to examine where he got that ideology from. Let's check. According to who, Mohammed Hijab? We want to find out. According to who can we lie? Right? You said we
love their sisters who will die for this.
Yani,
I sense that you've got a second.
you can lie to your spouse. You can lie to your spouse.
So Mohammed Hijab says we can lie to our spouse, right? To your spouse. He says Mohammed Hijab. Remember, he's famous, right? He has about 1 million subscribers on YouTube. He said you can lie to your spouse. And this guy says he's representing Islam, right? I don't know which Islam is representing, but we are going to find out.
Can they lie in the context of, for example, if one says, I sense that you've got a second wife, can he say, no, I don't?
Yes, you can. You can say that.
So he said, if your wife says, I sense that you have a second wife, Ali Dawah is asking him, can he say that? No, he doesn't. And Mohammed Hijab says, yes, he can say he doesn't have it. He can lie and say, no, I don't have.
You can say that.
Yes, I personally believe this is.
You see, the ladies are laughing. They find that outrageous, right?
The Prophet said you can do it.
Now, do you see how they attribute lies to the Prophet? Now, these are the enemies of Islam. Wallahi lazim. These people are the enemies of Islam. Look at them very well. These are the enemies of Islam. He says, the Prophet says, you can. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. Oh. I'm going to put a verse on the screen, right? And let's check something. I take you to Quran chapter 6, verse 112 to show you how to detect the enemies of Islam, right? In Quran chapter 6, verse 112, it says, and thus have we made enemies for every prophet, devils of humans and jinns, inspiring to each other the decoration of delusive statement. And if your Lord had willed, they would not have done it. So leave them and what they fabricate. 113, chapter 6. So that the minds of those who do not believe in the hereafter will incline to it in order to approve it and to commit what they are committing. Now, these verses I just read to you, Quran chapter 6, verse 112 to 113. This is the picture of the people you are seeing on my videos here, on my screen. They lie using the prophet's name, right? They are the enemies of the prophet because God already knows about that and he's telling you about that. So God says, leave such people and what they fabricate. But listen again.
White lies?
It doesn't have to be white. It can be a black lie.
Do you hear? In this modern day, we have something we call white lie, and then Mohammed Hijab say it doesn't have to be white lie; it can be a black lie. Now, for those based in the Western world, you know what we call black job, black market, Black Friday. You mentioned it, black medicine, black magic. Now, the moment the word black is added to anything, that becomes illegal. That becomes a bad thing. Now, the moment the word white is added to something, that becomes somewhat good. So they have something they call white lie, right? So white lie is like, for instance, this mouse is mine, right? And then you ask me, Baba Shoaib, this mouse, is it yours? So in order, if I know your intentions why you are asking me for this mouse, maybe you want to borrow, right? And I don't want to lend you this mouse. I don't want to give it to you. So in order for you to deter that, asking, if you ask me, Baba Shoaib, is this yours? I can say, no, it's for my brother, right? I can say it's for my brother. So that's a white lie. The reason why I will say it is for my brother is just because I don't need to get you to request to borrow this. So I have to tell you it's for my brother so that it will deter you away from asking for it. That's what in this modern day we call white lie. But the most absurd part is when Ali Dawah asked him, could it be a white lie? Mohammed Hijab said it doesn't matter. It can be a black lie. Now this is dangerous. Taking your guidance of Islam from this kind of perverts. I'm serious. Listen to the part again.
Say, no, I don't.
Yes, you can. You can say that.
You can say that.
Yes, I personally believe this is. The Prophet said you can do it.
He used the Prophet. The Prophet says you can do it. That's what they do. They don't quote any reference. They don't give you tangible sources. It is about opinion. Right? It's about opinion. Now watch.
White lies?
It doesn't have to be white. It can be a black lie.
So it doesn't have to be a white lie. Mohammed Hijab is saying it can be a black lie. Please ask Mohammed Hijab this same question. Where did the Prophet say it can be a black lie? That's a problem again. This clown is sitting on TV and saying it can be a black lie. Does he know the meaning of black lie? Something which is totally illegal. Black lie. Okay. Yes, Adnan Amar says Black Lives Matter. No, this one is Arab Lives Matter because this guy is an Arab, right? Mohammed Hijab is not a black person. He's not an African. He's an Arab. So Arab Lives Matter. That's what Mohammed Hijab is trying to tell you.
If someone does this and they get caught, for example, or something happens, or
or she just asks him, where were you last night?
Yeah, but even that, he can lie. The man can...
Damn it. Did you hear what Mohammed Hijab said? Your wife asking you, where were you last night? Even though you married secretly. You have a second wife secretly without your first wife knowing. And now she's asking you, where were you last night? Mohammed Hijab says, even that, the husband can lie. Please, people based in the UK, if you are next to Mohammed Hijab, please be examining him carefully because this guy, if you give him your daughter, you are in trouble. Hey, Allah mushrikaga. Hey, Mohammed Hijab, Muhammadu Hijabi. Hey, look at his name, Mohammed Hijab. Hijab means a partition. Right? Like a veil. So Mohammed Hijab. This guy is a clown. Seriously. Hey, Mohammed Hijab. Huh? Okay, let's continue.
You can do it. It's up to the man. No woman can take that right away from the man.
Okay. No woman can take that right away from a man. Where from the right in the first place? Where in the Quran? That do these bozos actually know that the Quran is what we call Al-Furqan? Al-Furqan means the criterion. Do these bozos know that the Quran is where we have the Sharia? Quran chapter 45 verse 18, these bozos know that the Quran is what we call the Hudan guidance, Quran chapter 45 verse 11. Do these bozos know that the Quran is what we call Hukum, Quran chapter 13 verse 37? Do they know? Yes, Yamasi Hamza Kongolo, you're welcome. Okay, let's continue.
Aside from Islam, I think my integrity, my dignity, my, who I am as a person, I would think it's so disrespectful for my husband to go and marry somebody else secretly. That to me is cheating.
Of course, definitely, you have to agree with the sister. Seriously. If you are a husband, you need a second wife. Why are you scared to tell your wife? I don't get it. You need a second wife. Tell your wife. Why are you scared? Why are you hiding it and basing it on Islam and saying Islam are where? Where does Islam? Look, in the infinite wisdom of God, when he created Adam, he gave him one wife. He could have given him 10 wives because he was based in the garden. God could have given him 10 women or 20 women. In the infinite wisdom of God, he gave Adam one wife. Have you thought of that? The ignorant Muslims, so-called ignorant Muslims out there, will say, oh, but Quran chapter 4 verse 3 says we can marry 2, 3, 4. No, it's based on a condition. Listen carefully. God was talking to people who possess intelligence. The same God said, he gave you condition that you can never be able to act just. Somebody will say, then why did the prophet marry multiple wives? So that God can prove to you, you can never be just with multiple women. What did you see the wife of the prophet did to him? Quran chapter 66. Read from verse 1, verse 2, verse 3, verse 4, and see what happened between him and his wives. It is something God is proving to you. So he went to Quran chapter 4, verse 129, and told you you can never be able to act just with women. If you have multiple wives, you can never, ever be able to act just when you have multiple wives. I'm serious. If you tell me somebody has multiple wives based on, let's say the first wife, she's barren, maybe, so having a kid is more important to you, fine. You have to negotiate with the first wife that, oh, since you are barren, I need children, I don't want to divorce you, fine. So allow me to take extra wife so that I can have a child, fine. That is even makes sense to some extent. And again, let's say the first wife doesn't have the needs to please you the way you want. In order to avoid you from going out to cheat, why don't you negotiate with the first wife so that she gives you the chance for other things instead of going behind her secretly? Seriously, what is wrong with these bozos?
Okay,
Even if it
okay,
is
fine.
Islamically correct.
This idea of aside Islam, we're Muslims. There is no aside Islam in this discussion.
So he's telling the woman that there is no aside Islam. If there's no aside Islam, Muhammad Hijab, whatever you are saying is not based on Islam. It's not Quranic, and there's no tangible evidence being supported with your argument. I'm serious. You are a liar. And you are painting Islam black. Just like you said it's good for a man to do black lies. Hey, Muhammad Hijab. Seriously? And people hold you in high esteem in UK?
I'm speaking to a Muslim. So there is no aside Islam here. The true religion, which I'm now expected as a Muslim man to follow, is not the religion of Islam. It's the religion of woman's feelings. I'm not going to do this. So
Do you see his stupidity? So a woman's feelings is trash according to Muhammad Hijab. What? What? So no wonder a lot of people in Islam, in religion, are bozos and foolish. They are just shipu.
No common sense, no logic. So far as they say Islam says it, you have to take it. Listen to Yasir Kadi, what he said concerning what they told them.
Whatever Allah says, whatever the Prophet ﷺ says, we believe in it and we affirm it without thinking too deeply about this, about the actuality of this act.
I think that's just dumb.
Do you see? Yasir Kadi is saying, whatever they see that they say God says or Prophet says, they accept it without thinking too deeply about it. So even if it is coming from the garbage book, yes, Vamijo. Whenever they see it, Vamijo. And that is why these clowns, when they are lying to you about Islam, always they say the Prophet says, the Prophet says, the Prophet says, because they know that is the gateway to the key to lie to you. Always. The Prophet said, always. This is how they lie to you. Do you see? Okay.
Saying now we go back to the book and the Sunnah.
Go back to the book and Sunnah. Where do we find the Sunnah? Look at the foolishness of these clowns. Go back to the book, one book. That's the Quran. And the what? And Sunnah. So Sunnah is not a book. Where do we find the Sunnah? Where? In the garbage? The garbage books? You say we should go back to the book and Sunnah. You sitting there, you never quoted any reference to back up your lies. Such a clown. Look at his glasses and his handsome beard. You are lucky you are handsome.
What exactly is a secret marriage? It is not made public. It's not publicized.
So the point is this, let me be real, yeah? If you got a good husband, he comes and he says, I want a second wife, all hell breaks loose. And then we blame this man. Yeah, but why are you keeping it secret? What else should he do?
Look at the foolish clown again. Ali Dawah. Does he understand what marriage is about? Look, the reason why divorces happen is if you cannot reconcile your differences. Be honest with your partner. Sit down at the table, discuss issues. If it doesn't work, everybody goes their way, separate ways. That's how marriage is about. That's why divorces happen in marriage. You don't force people to be in a marriage they don't want to be. If a woman says, I don't want you, my husband, to have a second wife with me, simple. It's either you stick to the marriage, or if you don't want, then find your way to go. That's how marriage works. You don't force people to be in marriage. So if a woman says she doesn't want, she doesn't want. Can't you just understand that? If you can, then find a way to say, okay, me, I want second wife. If you want to divorce, let's divorce. Fine. Then the woman at least can know you don't love her in the first place. But why go behind her to hurt her feelings? Do you think women are so dumb and then they will just sit down for you to be cheating around? Seriously. These clowns, and they are famous. I'm surprised. Hey.
And so they perform the marriage in somebody's house and there are two witnesses present and nobody knows about this.
Is this guy also okay? Yasir Kadi, nobody knows. There are two witnesses. If there are witnesses there, how can you say nobody knows about it? Are you okay? Seriously, these people are university graduates and they have degrees. I'm serious. What is wrong with this academic this thing in the world? How does academics work anymore?
When the Prophet, he kept a secret from some of his wives.
Look at the foolishness. He is quoting Quran chapter 66, verse 3 to verse 4. That secret the Prophet kept has nothing to do with marriage. It's not as if he went to marry another wife and is hiding the issue. And if it's a secret, why did he tell the other wife? These people, what is wrong with this kind of clowns? Seriously, who is making them famous?
Some scholars, I'm not going to go into detail, but some scholars...
You are not going to go into detail. And that's what a liar always does. A liar doesn't want to go into detail, always. This is how they are, right? A liar, always. When you are asking a liar a question, a liar doesn't want to go into details. This is how they do.
Let's actually connect this with an incident with Maria the Copt. Lying is not allowed except for three things. One of them is hadith al-rajul limra'ati, that when a man speaks to his wife.
And I take
Mohammed Hijab is confused. What is he talking about? What is Mohammed Hijab talking about? Seriously, the guy is a clown. Allah. No. God willing, I get to step foot in the speaker's corner, inshallah.
My selfish needs out of it, i.e., me wanting him all to myself. I need to understand them. So I need to sit down and I need to really think about how this is going to affect him.
This is a test to see how Allah is testing her to see how she.
The foolishness of some women is when they are defending these garbage ideologies. Like the lady on the wearing the brown on the left. You can see that she is determined to defend this stupidity of what Muhammad Hijab and the likes of them are saying, thinking that is part of Islam. And Baba Shoaib is helping you to study your books critically. And you think I am the enemy? Seriously?
Response in that, if she decides to do the opposite, which is, throw the divorce card or throw this card, then ultimately she's falling into the act of disobedience.
Thank you.
This act of disobedience to who? Is she foolishly submitting to what the Ali Dawah and Muhammad Hijab are saying? What they are saying is not based on Islam. It's not Quranic. It's not from the words of God. And you said the woman is disobeying what? What is the woman disobeying? What? Like, seriously? So you fall for this foolishness of these mainstream sectarians when they brainwash you with their garbage books, telling you women have deficiency in logic. That's what it says. I made a lecture before. There's one hadith where they are saying women have deficiency in what? In intelligence. I'm serious. Hey.
This is, with all due respect, I'm like your father. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. If you are not a man enough to get married to a second woman, don't even dream about it, because your first will come in your dreams and give you hell. This is a well-known fact.
It's a fact. This is the best statement I've ever heard from Asim Al-Hakim. I don't like him, by the way, but I like what he said. Seriously, I don't like this guy. But this statement, I agree with him 100%. Look, for all the single men out there, if you want to know the reality of women, how jealous women can be, just try to get married, right? Look, a woman can just wake up from sleep, from her dreams, having a dream from her own sleep, which has nothing to do with you, the man, right? A woman can just sleep and have a dream and can wake you up to question you based on the dream she has seen. I'm serious. Look, you are not part of the dream, even though she saw you in the dream. You have no idea of what the dream is about. I'm serious. Women can hold you accountable just for the dream she has seen. Especially if you're not lucky, she saw you in the dream that you are kissing another woman or you are holding hands with another woman. Now imagine if a woman can question you based on a dream. Listen, a dream which you have no clue. The woman is questioning you and getting jealous over that. Then you tell me you go behind this woman and then you find another... and you believe these clowns telling you this kind of statements and telling you Islamically and in Islam, the Quran and Sunnah, yes, you can do white lie, you can do black. Look, those in the UK, investigate this kind of people. I'm serious. Investigate them seriously. Yes, investigate this kind of Muhammad Hijab. If he's married to your daughter, be warned. Because this guy will go and marry 10 wives after, because he's popular. I'm serious. He can marry 10 wives after your daughter. Be careful. You will hurt your daughter's feelings big time. Be careful. Yeah, you see, like Sister TCM Yuki is confirming. You understand? She says, because our dreams are trying to show us stuff. Maybe if you didn't do it, you are right about most of the cases here is true, right? Your instinct gives you the clue. You know, not every dream is in vain. Some dreams are like visions, right? They show you things which are about to come. And women have instincts. Women instincts work on this more than men. A woman can have the instinct that a son is about to get in trouble, and it is a reality. A woman can have instinct that something is happening to her children, and it's a reality. So women, you know, this is how unique women are. God has created them with that instinct, right? So it is not a lie. A woman can have such dreams. She have such a thing, thoughts. Yes, whatever a woman is insecure about, there's some truth circulating that. Yes. So here I agree with Asim Al Hakim 100%, and he gave us this consultation for free. We didn't need to pay any $100 for half an hour. We got this advice free from him. It's evidence his wife has been haunting him as well. This man will look funny when his wife is haunting him on that. I'm serious. Let's continue.
They have the power to get into your dreams.
Islamically, there is no problem in a man getting married to another woman in Hijab without the first wife's knowledge.
That's stupidity. Where did Islamically you are saying, where does the Quran say that? That you get married secretly without your first wife knowing? Are you a fool? Doesn't mean you respect your wife? No, you don't. And this is why most of the Middle Eastern countries you see in the world today, they don't respect their women. I'm not saying all of them. I repeat, I'm not saying all of them. Most of them, they don't respect their women because they think their women are just second class. Right? So it's like, who are you for me to tell you that I'm marrying another wife or something? What? Seriously?
There's actually, I've not seen one solitary difference of opinion in any of the 14 generations of Islam.
Look at the foolishness. He's saying 14 generation of Islam, and he's talking about opinion. There are a lot of opinions which are against you, Mohammed Hijab. How can you foolishly sit publicly and say you have not seen in 14 years, whatever, somebody's opinion talking about that? You didn't even quote a proof to back up your claim.
It's not there.
Which is?
Any scholar saying that, no, a woman needs to know, she needs to tell her.
Now, you see? And people take this kind of clown seriously.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's it.
We're talking about the religion of Islam.
This is what infuriates me when this bozo mention religion of Islam. Where do you think we find Islam? In your garbage books?
That none of you guys are okay with your husbands getting a second wife. Can I just quickly get that out of the way? Sister Swad.
Absolutely not.
You're not okay with it? Yeah. Sister.
It's a no from me. And if you
Okay.
have anything to say it now.
She's threatening him.
You're
Sorry.
finished.
Yeah.
Sister Amira?
Yeah, no.
No. Sister Tyra?
And I won't be happy with it.
Sisters are under the impression that there is a man out there that is not polygamous. Because you guys are monogamous by nature, meaning you just want your husband and you're happy with your husband. We are not created like that.
And then he's got the financial thing where he can reduce, he can, if she's being bad, he can take money away from her. This can be seen in this country as abuse. So if she has evidence of that and she's got the state backing, if he tries to impose his masculinity or his Islamic abilities on her, then she can respond in a malicious manner. Which is why I would say that if a woman shows her claws in that way, this is an option of secret, second, whatever you want to call it.
So you see, you heard from the video yourselves. The confusion. Mohammed Hijab doesn't mention a Quranic verse. Just like this brother said, human being. He says, on this comment section, he says, notice he doesn't mention Quran ever when they advocate using women as objects. Yes, they don't. They only back up with the garbage books. And even the garbage books, they don't know the references. Right? So that's what they do. Right? The sectarians, and this is the form of religion they are putting out there. And then it makes other people think we are all like that. I'm serious. So I've taken on the mantle because I started showing you the dark side of the hadith books. They have dark side, and so are the perpetrators and the one propagandists, those who promote such ideologies. They are the forefront there. You're making them famous, right? Now, let me show you something interesting, right? That these people are doing. Is it, where did I save it? I saved something. Yeah. I'm going to show you something interesting, right? Somebody will say, why are you doing this? I'm going to show you for a reason, right? Okay. So here, is it a slide or? Yeah, let me open from here. Now, when you take, somebody was telling me that, it says, Baba Shribe, why is your YouTube video monetized? He says, why did I monetize my YouTube video? Right? This is the question somebody asked me. Why did you monetize your YouTube video? Now, many a times, I have to take from my own hard earnings to do a lot of charity works. I have people who normally ask me for help, right? So what I do is I take from my own money sometimes to help people. And then sometimes when I'm organizing charity events, then I use it to help people as well. But it gets to a point, if I monetize my YouTube channel and I'm earning, remember, it is not you, the viewer, who is paying me direct. Neither did I ask you for money. Remember, I'm using money to buy internet, to buy my equipment, to buy bundle, to buy everything before I come and devote my 2 hours and lecture you. So then YouTube uses advertisements to put on my videos in order to advertise their products and pay me for the advertisements they are doing. That is the purpose of monetization. So this person was asking me, why did you monetize your video? I monetize it so that the extra allowances I'm getting, I can use that for my charity cause. I didn't monetize the video because I'm starving, or because I'm jobless, or because I'm homeless, or because I cannot feed my family. No, that's not the reason. But if you say, Baba Shribe, I've monetized my YouTube channel, what about your scholars? Are they not so famous that they have money that they don't need YouTube money? Okay, let's check. So if you are saying Baba Shribe has monetized his videos, his YouTube video in order to earn some chicken change. So let's check your scholars. First of all, if you check this guy, Asim Al-Hakim, this is him on the screen. When you see that logo, this logo you are seeing here, the green logo you are seeing on the screen, for those on TikTok, you cannot see that. This green logo here tells you if a scholar has monetized their YouTube channel. That is the official YouTube channel of Asim Al-Hakim. He has 880,000 subscribers. So he has monetized his YouTube channel. That is number one, right? So if somebody is saying, Baba Shribe, you monetize your channel, your scholars are not angels themselves. The next person, we have this guy, Adnan Rashid. He's based in the UK. Adnan Rashid has also monetized his YouTube channel, right? This is his official page, and he has 102,000 subscribers, right? And he's monetized. If you see the green logo with the tick sign, that is a monetized YouTube channel. Then the next person, we have Bilal Phillips. Bilal Phillips also has 149,000 subscribers, right? And then it has the monetized logo ticked. It's monetized station. Then again, we go to the next person. The next person, now this is the guy I respect so much. This guy is called Farid Response. Farid, I've had a couple of times, I've had private discussions with him, right? Now, Farid never monetized his YouTube channel. Farid Response has never monetized his YouTube channel. And when I saw that, it amazes me, right? It amazes me for the work he does and the viewers and the subscribers and this, but he never monetized his channel, which I give him thumbs up for that. My respect for him actually went higher. Then we have Sheikh Khalid Yassin. He actually monetized his YouTube channel. You can see the logo there, green, ticked, right? Khalid Yassin, he has 18,000K subscribers. That is his official YouTube channel. 18,000K. He monetized it. Then again, we went to Mohammed Hijab. We have Mohammed Hijab, and the picture he even put there is laughing. And the laughing he's even doing is the kind of the clown type of laughing. You know how clowns laugh, right? That's the type of laughing he had, right? So Mohammed Hijab has 1,400,000 subscribers, right? Sorry, 1,040,000 subscribers. So you see, he has a large fan base, subscribers, and his YouTube channel is monetized. It has been monetized. So with this clownship thing he's doing online, this guy is actually very famous and he's monetized. Okay, let's leave him aside. Let's go to the next person. Then we have Sheikh Mufti Menk. Mufti. He has 4.8 million subscribers. And the YouTube channel is monetized. Do you see it? Monetized. Oh. Monetized. Okay. That's not him alone. Let's go to the next person. Then we have Numan Ali Khan. You all know Numan Ali Khan, right? This is his official channel. Numan Ali Khan official, monetized. How many subscribers? 1.9 million subscribers. Monetized also. Are your scholars angels? You say Baba Shuaib's page is monetized. I only monetized my channel this year. In January. That is the time I monetized my channel. That is it. And I told you the objective why I did that. Go and ask your scholars also, why did they monetize their channel? If you are bold enough to ask Baba Shuaib, why did I monetize my channel? Go and be bold enough to ask your scholars the same question you are asking Baba Shuaib. Right? Ask them, why do they monetize their channels? Because they have a large fan base than I have. Right? So what I'm getting is chicken change content compared to what they are getting. Now, let's move forward. That's Numan Ali Khan. Then we have Yasir Kadi. Yasir Kadi has 604,000 subscribers. Now look, his YouTube channel is also monetized. The green tick you are seeing there is a monetized channel. Yes, it's monetized. Now, we have Dr. Zakir Naik. That's the villain. The villain himself, look, how many subscribers? 3.67 million. 3.67 million subscribers. And then he has his YouTube channel monetized. So the question is, are your scholars saints? Are they angels? So why did they monetize their channels? So you think if everybody has this, that means they are doing it for money? That's not the idea. But if you think it is for money, then start questioning your scholars first. Because I've never seen anybody questioning Zakir Naik, questioning Mufti Menk, question Numan Ali, question Yasir Kadi, question Mohammed Hijab. Ask them, why do they monetize their YouTube channels? I'm serious. Most of them also have TikTok. Ask them, why do they monetize these platforms? If I will speak the truth and get people guided to God and monetize my channel, it's better than to speak lies to the people, gain the fame, and monetize my channel. Understand the difference? Simple. Now let me just take look at the questions I've been asked before I end this topic for today. When you go to somebody ask a question, he says, can you explain chapter 43 verse 61? Can you explain chapter 43 verse 61 and 43:63? Thanks. So let me go to the part and explain, right? Yeah. Quran chapter 43 verse 61. And I'll share it on the screen and let's see what the verse says, right? Here, in Quran chapter 43 verse 61, Surah Al-Zukhruf, Indeed, and indeed, it is a knowledge to the hour. So do not doubt about it and follow me. This is a straight path, right? Then it continues, and let not the devil repel you, that is you people. Indeed, he is a clear enemy to you. Now, many a times you see people misquoting chapter 43, verse 61, saying that it is talking about Isa alayhi salam. Now, in order to erase this misconception, normally start from the verse above to see where the issue of Isa ends, and then the context have nothing to do with Isa alayhi salam. So understand the context. Now, when you read from verse 58, he says, and they said, are our gods better or him? That is referring to Jesus. They do not cite him to you except for argument. So this laka here is signifying the prophet. So they did not cite him to you, the prophet, except for argument. In fact, they are an adversary people. Verse 59, he, Jesus, was only a servant whom we favored, and we made him an example for the children of Israel, right? So God made Jesus as an example. As an example, that is a mathala for the children of Israel. Verse 60, and if we had willed, we could have made angels among you succeeding on earth. If God had willed, he could have made angels among us succeeding on earth, meaning angels will be living on earth continuously if he had willed, but he didn't will it that way. So it is human beings living on earth. Then verse 61, indeed, listen carefully. وَإِنَّهُ, this who, masculine pronoun, it can be used for the book, it can be used for the Quran. Some people are attributing it to Isa alayhi salam, to Jesus. But let's see, does Jesus fit in that verse? Verse 61, وَإِنَّهُ لَإِلْمٌ لِسَاءَةٍ, right? Then he says what? فَلَا تَمْتَرُنَّ بِهَا وَاتَّبِعُونِي, so, and follow me, وَاتَّبِعُونِي. Then he says, هَذَا صِرَاطٌ مُسْتَقِيمٌ. Now check the verse. And indeed, it, the book you are holding now, because that is the one, that is why at the end of the verse it says haza siratul mustaqim. You know where the siratul mustaqim is? It's the book of God. That is a straight path God has given you. Haza siratul mustaqim. Chapter 6 verse 153, God says, wa anna haza sirati mustaqiman fattabi'uhu. And he is a masculine pronoun to address to the haza sirati mustaqim. So then God says, and indeed it, this it you are looking at, it is a knowledge, because the Quran is based on ilm, knowledge. Quran chapter 7 verse 52. God based the Quran on knowledge. It is a knowledge to the hour. The Quran gives you the knowledge to the hour. That is the purpose of the book. The book is to tell you what is coming about the judgment day. The Quran tells you everything about judgment day. It tells you whatever will happen in paradise, whatever will happen in hell. Quran tells you everything concerning what will happen on the day of judgment. So the Quran is the knowledge to the hour, or the knowledge of the hour, right? Then he says, so do not doubt about it. About what? About the hour. So when you check the word biha, the ha is a feminine pronoun denoting the hour, because sa'at is a feminine noun. So the word sa'at is mentioned to denote what? A feminine noun. This. So the biha here is denoting this sa'at. Then it goes, so follow me. Just as he said in Quran chapter 6 verse 153, wa anna haza sirati mustaqiman fattabi'uhu wa la tattabi'u subula fatafarraka bikum an sabili. Listen, an sabilihi. That is the way of God. So you follow the straight path. That is the way of God. So God says, fattabi'uni. It is God you have to follow, not the devil. So then it says, this is a straight path. Haza siratin mustaqim. So now we jump to verse 62. Then he says, and let not the devil repel you. Indeed, he is a clear enemy. So it's either you follow God or you follow the devil. You cannot be in between. The verse has nothing to do with Jesus. The verse is talking about the Quran, the book where you are reading. That is the straight path. It is not about Jesus anymore. So somebody will say, it doesn't make sense. How can God be talking about Jesus? And then you say it's not a... Well, look, after Jesus, when you read verse 60, chapter 43, verse 60, the verse 60 is not talking about Jesus. It's talking about even angels. This is the uniqueness of the Quran. The Quran is not a man-made book. It is a book invented by God. So don't expect God to be talking in the same way human beings will be writing books or talking. For instance, take Quran chapter 97, verse 1. It says, Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. Now we know when a human being is writing a book, we start with a subject before we bring a pronoun. Now, when you take Quran chapter 97, verse 1, it doesn't mention the subject. It just started by using a pronoun. Then it says, indeed, inna anzalnahu, indeed, it has been revealed. Inna, indeed, we revealed it in the night of destiny. So the question is, the it, what is it for? So you have to finish reading all the verses. When you finish, you go to another chapter to understand what it means. Do you understand? Okay. So now, when you read verse 62, then it says, indeed, he is a clear enemy to you. Then verse 63. Now, remember, and when Jesus brought proofs to who? To his people. Because remember, he is an example to the children of Israel. When you go back above, God is telling you in Quran chapter 43, verse 59, God said Isa as an example for the children of Israel. So coming back to 63, God is going to continue the story of Isa. Then he says, and when Jesus brought proofs, he said, I have brought you. Who are you? The children of Israel. Then he says, al-hikmah. And to clarify to you, who are the you? The children of Israel. Some of what you disagreed concerning whatever was given to Musa in the past. So beware of God and obey me. So this statement he was addressing to the children of Israel. It has nothing to do with us or saying that Isa is coming back in the future. To do what? To come and kill the swine for you. So the next question is, yeah, they built a new religion around Muhammad instead of focusing on God. And this is the problem with the sectarians. Yeah, salam, Kamke, Brother Kamal, I see you. For all those who join later on, salam to you, Sister Amina, Sister Afrim, Afrim Skender, Sister Amina, I see you. Salam to all those who will join later on. Right? I wasn't paying attention to the messages. So salam to all those who are joining later on. Yeah, thank you. The next question is, so far I've done 2 hours. Let me see if I can deal with the next question before I end. The next question is, please, can you do a topic on the consumption of dog meat in Islam? The topic is generating serious debates amongst Islamic scholars and preachers in southwestern Nigeria. Right? Salam, Sadiq Ali Sharian. Okay, so the questioner is asking me if I can talk about dog eating in Islam, and that it is generating a lot of, conflicts or misconceptions there, debates among the Islamic scholars in Nigeria, right? So let's talk about what is lawful and what is not lawful to eat, right? So first of all, when we go to Quran chapter 2, verse 168. In Quran chapter 2, verse 168, and I share the screen, let's see. Quran chapter 2, verse 168. Then it says, Ya ayyuhan nas, kulu mimma fil ard, halalan tayyiba, wala tattabi'u khutuwati shaitan, innahu lakum aduwwun mubin. So God says, oh, you mankind, eat from what is on earth, lawful and good. So we are not only supposed to eat what is lawful, but we have to eat what is lawful and good. And do not follow the steps of the devil. Indeed, he is a clear enemy to you. So that is number one. We have to pay attention on how to follow God and not to rather follow the footsteps of the devil. So we have to eat what is lawful and good. So we are not only going to eat what is lawful, we are eating what is lawful and good. Now, when you take the case of the children of Israel, in the case of children of Israel, this is what God says concerning Israel. Let me give you the verse. In Quran chapter 3, verse 93, this is what God says. He says, Kullu ta'amin kana hilla. All food was lawful for the children of Israel except what Israel forbade for himself before the Torah was revealed. All food was lawful for the children of Israel except what Israel forbade for himself, because we have Israel and then we have the children of Israel. So all food used to be lawful. All food, listen carefully, all food used to be lawful for the children of Israel, Bani Israel, except what Israel forbade for himself before the Torah was revealed, because the Torah was revealed to the prophets of the children of Israel, Bani Israel, right? Say, so bring the Torah and recite it if you should be truthful, right? Okay. Then God says in 94, therefore, whoever fabricates falsehood about God after that, then they are those who are the transgressors, right? So then we had Prophet Muhammad came later on. So let's check. Quran chapter 7, verse 157. Oh, sorry. Quran chapter 7, verse 157. When you read from 157, it says, who follow the messenger? Who is the messenger? The unlearned prophet, whom they found written with them in the Torah and the gospel. He commands them to kindness and forbids them from abomination, and makes lawful for them the good things and prohibits for them the bad things, and takes off their burden from them as well as the shackles which were upon them. Therefore, those who believe in him, honor him, support him, and follow the light which was revealed along with him, they are those who will be the successful. Verse 158, say, O you mankind, I am a messenger of God to you all, the one to whom belongs the dominion of the heavens and the earth. There is no God except him. He gives life and what? And causes death. So believe in God and his messenger, the unlearned prophet who believes in God and his words, and follow him. Perhaps you will be guided. Okay. So now, these verses I just read concerning what is lawful and what is not lawful. Now we are going to go into to see what is forbidden to eat and what is not forbidden to eat. Then you yourself will draw the conclusions. Can you eat this animal or can you not eat that animal? We are going to find out. So then I take you to Quran chapter 5, verse 3, right? In Quran chapter 5, verse 3, let's see here. Quran chapter 5, verse 3, it says, unlawful to you is dead animal. So an animal which is dead, maitatu, is forbidden for you to eat because it has diseases, it's dead. It can cause some sickness for you. Then we says what? Damu. Damu is what we call blood. It's forbidden for you to eat blood. I know some people drink blood and some people actually cook blood and eat. Yes. Lawful to you is dead animal, blood, the meat of pig, and what has been what? Offered to other than God. So if it is spiritually offered to another deity other than God, then that is forbidden for you. So meaning dead animal, don't eat it. Blood, don't drink, don't eat it. The meat of pig, don't eat it. Then it says, and what has been offered to other than God, right? Avoid that. And the strangled animal. Now, my question to anybody who wants to eat dog is, can you actually put a dog down? Like a dog. Can you, because it's an animal with claws. It uses claws. Just like we have lion, we have cats, we have, you understand, any animal which uses the claw, right? Or the paws. We call it paw or claw. Okay. Which uses that. Now imagine going to put that animal down. I was talking about Quran chapter 5, verse 3, right? In Quran chapter 5, verse 3, I shared a screen. If it happens to disconnect again, then I'll end the program. Yes. So in Quran chapter 5, verse 3, yeah, it says, unlawful to you is dead animal, blood, the meat of pig, and what has been offered to other than God, and the strangled animal. So any animal which has been strangled, that is not lawful for you to eat, right? It has gone through a process of strangulation, like to be strangled. Then we have the fatally ill animal. We have animal which is critically ill. Don't kill such an animal and eat. It's dangerous because it is sick. It is critically sick. Then we have deteriorated animal, an animal which is very, very weak, old age, like deteriorated, out of coverage area, right? Don't eat such an animal. Then the battered animal, for instance, you know, people will use something like a bat, like a stick or something, you know, those ones don't eat. And that which the predatory beasts, so let's say an animal which the lion was eating, or hyena is eating, or let's say honey badger, or you just this kind of animals, the predators are eating, then you go and take it to eat. There's contamination. There can be, you know, a lot of diseases attached to that. So that animal is not also good for you to eat. Then it says, except what you slaughter. So those animals you slaughter. So the question is, if you have a dog and you think you can slaughter it in peace, that's up to you. We understand. You can slaughter a dog in peace. That's up to you. You can eat it because we have people who eat crocodiles, who eat dogs, who eat cats. If you think you can slaughter it in the best way, not by battering it, not by, you know, strangulation, by slaughtering, then fine. But do not sacrifice for an idol. So you do not need to slaughter an animal for an idol or slaughter an animal for an idol. No. Then it says to conjure with divination arrows, like for rituals. In Africa, it happens a lot for people based in Benin and parts of Africa, or even in Nigeria. We have these tribes, they do rituals, right? They sacrifice an animal to pour on the idols to conjure with spirits and other things. Those are also forbidden. Then God says that is immoral, right? That is a disobedience. Today, those who disbelieve have despaired of your religion, so do not fear them, but fear me, that is God, instead. So he says, today I have perfected your religion for you and completed my blessing upon you and have approved submission as a what? As a religion for you. But whoever is compelled during hunger without being inclined to sin, then indeed God is forgiving and merciful. Right? So to top it all, I quote this last verse, Quran chapter 6, verse 145. This is what God says. It asked the messenger to say, I do not find in what has been inspired to me any food outlawed. Listen, any food outlawed upon ingesting it, upon eating it, unless it be a dead animal. If it's a dead animal, don't eat it. Number 2, or blood poured out, don't eat it. Number 3, or the meat of pig, because it's filthy. Right? Then God says, for indeed it is filthy, and scientifically it has been proven. The meat of pig meat is filthy. It comes with a lot of filth, right? Then it goes, or to be sinfully offered to other than God. If the meat is sinfully offered to other than God, don't eat it, because it's spiritually offered to a spirit or something. Then it says, but whoever is compelled without desiring nor trespassing, then indeed your Lord is forgiving and merciful. So you can see the category. God says, it tells the messenger to say, I do not find in what has been inspired to me any food. Listen, The word is food or any food outlawed upon ingesting it, upon eating it. So even if it is dog meat you will eat, so far as it has gone through the process of slaughtering, it is halal. You can eat it. If only you can slaughter it without actually strangling it, buttering it, doing any fatal damage to it. If you can slaughter it, fine. But why waste your time when God has given you 8 types of livestock to actually stop slaughter? Quran chapter 39 verse 6. And then Quran chapter 6 verse 143 to 144. 8 types of livestock. We have the sheep, male and female. We have goats, male and female. We have the cattle, male and female. Then we have the camel, male and female. 8. Why waste your time going to find a lion, going to find a crocodile, going to find other animals to slaughter and eat? You are endangering yourself. So why not stick to what God is giving you? Do you get my point? It gets to a point that we have people even eating insects. I'm like, seriously, there are a lot of proteins to get from other food. Why insects? Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, because of the issues we have concerning the not the network because of StreamYard, I don't want it to keep happening, right? So I have to end the program now, so that God willing, we will continue at the appropriate time if this issue is sorted out, right? I don't want the frustration happening because it takes the joy out of the program. So I appreciate your presence and your efforts to the way you show your support, and I appreciate the truth. I thank you a lot for being present to witness this important program, right? So this is where I'll bring the topic to an end. That is on Facebook and YouTube. I will have to say peace out to them, but I'll be on TikTok for a bit. Let me see if there's any sectarian, because somebody is sending a request. I don't know who it is, but I can speak to anybody who wants to join on TikTok to ask some few questions before I go. I think I can stay on TikTok before I go. And then don't forget, for the donation, ongoing donation, let me see, we have the Hop Nima. Yes, Hop Nima donation ongoing. That is the gofund.me. That is me/D57DD323. Right? We have already 40% of the donations available. Right? So then again, for those who want to get the copy of this T-shirt, right? That the correctional officer Baba Shraib. The T-shirts are available on correctionalofficer.myspreadshop.net, or you can put .fi based on where you are. Just put it; it will appear, and then show your support to that. Then we have, for those who need the hard copy of the Quran, this is the hardcover, right? That is the hard copy. It's about 1,000 pages book, less than 2 kilos in weight, and it's reader friendly, right? It is easy to use. That can aid you to understand the Quran I'm using on the screen. That is the hardcover version of it. So if you want to grab your copy, most of you watching already have their copies, which I appreciate for showing your support to it, right? So that is the copy. You can grab it on the webpage payhip.com/natsal, or you can go www.holvi.com/shop/natsal, right? You can get your copy there, and it's on the screen. Then we have my YouTube channel, Bush2G9. You can search Bush2G9, or you can search the correctional officer, and you see me pop up there, right? So ladies and gentlemen, this is where I bring the topic on Facebook, YouTube to an end, and I'll stay a bit on TikTok before I go. So God willing, if there's somebody who has anything to say, let me see what happened. Okay, so on TikTok, I've been here for 2 hours. Yeah. Yeah, somebody's asking me something, but I don't think I can tackle it now. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is where I'll bring the topic to an end. On Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, I stay a bit before I go. So if you want to join to have fun on TikTok,
Here we go. But I've done 2 hours, 30 minutes on Facebook, YouTube, and that is enough. So thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Baba Said, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Abdul Samad, thank you very much. Abdul Abbas, thank you. Fatima Chin, Sister Fatima Chin, thank you for your presence. Thank you all for you, those who are here. Sister Alma Johnson, all of you. Sister Diana, Brenna, Risha Green, Layola, Jose, Rashida. All of you, I appreciate your presence. Afrim Skander, thank you all for the support. Till we meet again, inshallah, hopefully during the weekend or next week, God willing. So this is where I'll say peace out to you on Facebook and YouTube. Peace.